Well, people are waiting because they know they cannot single-handedly really win over this regime.
Any second that the terrorist government of Iran can stay in Iran, we will see more execution in Iran.
They do not talk about our alternative. When we say we want regime change, they don't talk about our alternative. We have alternative. People inside of Iran, they call his name. We all call his name.
And I don't even hear any news that talking about my people in my country.
If there is a pain in Iran, that's the same pain in Canada. Maybe it's about the time for Canadian people, they step in and they say, oh, it's none of our business. It's going to be your business. Maybe not today, but for sure tomorrow.
President Trump, don't delay. That is the calls of thousands of Iranian Canadians, I'd say well over 10,000, who gathered in front of the Vancouver Art Gallery and protest in a march on February 1st against Iran's Islamic regime. I spoke to some of them. You're going to see some of that today. They are calling for Canada to cut ties with the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, anybody attached to them in Canada. They want President Trump's help in freeing their people from at least 30,000, likely way more, Iranians who have died. They are also calling for Canadians to help them out, which is one of the questions I asked. Why should Canadians care? And I think you're going to want to hear the answer. For more reports on this coverage and more, go to CanadiansForAFreeIran.com. Why is it important to gather this many people come together in Vancouver for this cause?
If we don't do this, then we won't be able to be a voice of our own people. The uprising that happens in Iran. Somehow we have to tell the world that what they're doing in our country, the killing, the mass murdering, the tortures, that's the only way that we can be the voice of our own people.
Since we have people of Iran, they are under pressure. They are getting killed directly by Islamic Republic. They wanted regime change and they want their king back. So we are here to support people of Iran. Since they are getting killed, they are getting shot directly. And lots of them, they are arrested. And lots of them, they got directly shot on their forehead with their hands that been tied. That means they went to the hospital and killed them. So it's brutal regime.
Because we are supporting, our patriots in Iran don't chant. They've done everything they could, and they got killed. So we are here to just let the board hear their voice. That's why it's important.
We are just here to march to be a voice for my people in Iran who had been getting killed in the street, getting shot. More than 50,000 people are dead in the street, and there was a shutdown in internet, a totally blackout. And so we wanted to be the voice in the world and in Canada. And I'm just so shocked that Canada, the entire news are just so silent and not talking about my people in Iran. And you guys, the only news I heard that covering all the news.
And today we are here just to support the Iranian people who stand against the terrorist government of Iran and their individuals inside and outside of Canada. And so we need to remove this cancer from the whole world. I mean, the horrible ideology of Shia terrorism that it got spread in the whole world. This is not about Canada, just about Canada. In Europe, in Middle East, and in America, because they are worse than cancer. And the only thing that can stop their operation is the last decision with the governments.
Now, one of the chants I heard today was President Trump, don't delay. What does that mean to you when you hear that being chanted?
We learn to read between the lines when it comes to President Trump. So we know when he said the help is on its way, it gives President Trump to understand what exactly the IRGC is hiding and how could they fight back. And that's kind of actually a smart way. But in the middle of this, we're still losing a lot of our people. The killing is still happening. They're going to the people's houses and arrest them in front of their own family. They're shooting people in their own home. So the crime is still happening. But unfortunately, sometimes politics takes time.
Well, people are waiting because they know they cannot single-handedly really win over this regime.
Any second that the terrorist government of Iran can stay in Iran, we will see more execution in Iran. We will see more bloody body in Iran. This regime must be eliminated right now, because over 47 years, the governments, the Islamic Shia terrorist governments in Iran, murdered lots of Iranian people. Even they killed lots of U.S. soldiers in Iraq.
Well, because it's been like 2, 3, 4 weeks that he keeps saying that he doesn't clearly saying he's going to help. He's just saying that he's going to have a talk and he saved 700-800 people for execution. I don't think he wants to actually clearly say what is his plan. But I remember in the middle of protests in Iran where a lot of people getting slaughtered, he said people keep protesting, the help is on the way. That also give my people a hope, but it's still, we haven't seen any help. We just hopeful, that's all.
What about the media? Have they been representing the cause properly? Is there any misinformation you're seeing being said?
Unfortunately, media has not covered everything. As we know, the Canadian media is, okay, I'll just say it, it's lefties. They get paid. And we keep asking Prime Minister Carney to stop the doors for IRGC family to walk into these countries. Till this day, they are walking in with visa. They live in this city. They work in this city. And the Canadian government has done nothing.
The entire news in Canada are just, mostly to me, I think they are left wings. They just wanted to cover what they wanted. And I remember for Palestinian, all they were talking about that Palestine. Yeah, it's not about the human being, because what's the difference between the Iranian people getting killed and the Palestinian? But for Palestine, they just always talking about it, but there is a big silence, and I don't even hear any news that talking about my people in my country.
I would say from CTV and CBC, I directly talk about it. They do cover some, maybe 30 seconds, but they do not talk about our alternative. When we say we want regime change, they don't talk about our alternative. We have alternative. People inside of Iran, they call his name. We all call his name. And there is a blockage in front of his name. And when they say, oh, we are not supposed to make any difference between the alternatives. There is no alternative. There's only one alternative.
Why do you think they don't want to voice the name of the king as
The reason is all of the other alternatives, they are working directly or indirectly with the Islamic Republic. So if some sort of they are willing and they are hoping there is a reform inside of the government. So, I guess that's the main reason they are not doing it.
Are you in touch with anybody back home? What are they saying?
All my family is back.
What are they doing?
Well, they don't really tell me much because they're afraid. There are different people, but my family doesn't want to speak over the phone. Right. But I have a lot of friends, so I know exactly what's going on. Everybody knows, It's no secret to anyone.
What do you say to Canadians who are like, that's horrible, what's happening in Iran, but this is Canada, what can we do here? And let's talk about Canadian issues.
Well, when there were other people killed in Gaza, everybody knew what to do because it was about humanity, it was about ethics, killing, blood. You just come and you make your voice heard. It's the same issue. People are getting killed. It's no-brainer. It's, you either, oppose a regime that kills its own people or you don't. I don't think it's very complicated.
What do you say to Canadians who say, it's horrible what's happening in Iran, but this is Canada. Why should they care?
Okay, my friend has a very nice example. Imagine you're sitting in a coffee shop, having a nice cup of coffee with your friends, the one that runs the coffee shop comes and closes the doors and start the fire. Some people are sitting outside and just watching your burning and ignore your screaming for help. Are you going to be the one to watch your neighbors, people in that coffee shop are burning to death, or you will get up and help?
Yes, we do talk about the Canadian issues too, but this is what's happening now. This is a big massacre. This is a big genocide, right? I mean, if we're silent about this big murder and big massacre, what are we? Are we not even human, right? I mean, yes, we need to talk about it in time, but right now, this need a big attention right now at this moment, right? So,
You ever think it's possible for what you're fighting against in Iran to happen here in Canada?
Oh, if Canada doesn't wake up, yes, it will happen. If you keep letting Islamists, radical Islamists walking in this country and having namaz, their prayer in the streets, which there's one of the 7 places that they're not allowed to do their prayer according to the Islamic laws, yes. So be ready for that.
If happened to us 47 years ago, it's going to happen to you maybe in a year. Because this massive immigration that we have and we are seeing it here, the very soon we see Canada, they can't do anything with all of these radicalists that we see in Toronto, in Vancouver, in Calgary, everywhere. So we have to stay together and we have to stay firm. If there is a pain in Iran, that's the same pain in Canada. Maybe it's about the time for Canadian people, they step in and they say, oh, it's none of our business. It's going to be your business. Maybe not today, but for sure tomorrow.
yes, it will happen if we don't stop that Islamic radical government. They have people all around the world. That's a Muslim ideology. That's what the Quran tells them, to kill until everyone is agree with you. They don't like anybody else but Muslims. That's what they do. They're just killing. The Quran tells them to just kill until everything is clean. Yes, that will come in here, and as we see a lot of radical Muslims all around the world right now.
Are you in touch with anybody back home? What are they saying?
Yeah, I'm in touch with my family. Yeah.
Or what have they said to you about how it feels from the ground there?
Oh, it's just horrible. The entire country is just in shock. The big massacre that happened is just. It's just a dead country right now. It's just they're all in shock, right? All the grieving, but they have hope. Most of my people, most of my friends and family, all they hope is for the USA to help them and have some help for the government.
Well, there you had it. You heard from them again. Thousands of people, and it was pouring rain today, but they still came out. You can find more of our coverage, support it if you're able to, at CanadiansForAFreeIran.com.